Okay. Is this thing on? Some of you have been getting very upset that I've been editing my videos, which I understand. But come on, guys, it's so much. I have a lot of fun with it. Honestly, it's just more entertaining. But the normal videos are gonna. There will be plenty of iPhone recorded videos with no editing and me just rambling on. Don't worry. Because editing the videos, syncing audio, doing all this stuff, using my nice camera takes a lot of effort. I'm just having fun with it because I kind of have, I've got time off and got time to actually kind of mess with it. And look, editing has always been something that I've liked doing. I would always make kind of weird edits of things. But it's just so addicting. I mean, you can just, I can just do that. I mean, who would have? I mean, you get the point. But this is a Q&A video, so we'll get to some questions here. Okay, so philosophy on money. I'm really not on the hustle grind mindset that's kind of promoted to people. I don't really care. As long as I have enough money to buy expensive books, the expensive books that I've been buying, I'm pretty happy. And obviously pay for my mortgage. That's important to be able to do. But as far as like being wealthy and being rich, I don't really feel the pressure to do that. I mean, I think that there's more to life than just having a lot of money. You gotta have just enough. I would like to have just enough money to not have to ever think about having money. That would be my goal. And I don't have very much money. I have like hardly any money, to be honest with you. And I don't think about it. So I guess I've already achieved that. At some point, I think I'll probably have to think about it with like a family and more bills to pay. But right now, it's just me. I feel rich right now, even though I have like basically no money. It's just because I don't have to spend it on things other than just to keep a roof over my head and stuff like that. So yeah, I haven't been bit with the sort of snake of chasing wealth, even though that's sort of, I feel like that's something that gets pushed onto people pretty heavy, because it's like, even within like red pill spheres, it's like you gotta have the 666, you gotta have a six-pack abs, 6 foot tall, and 6-figure income. And I've said this before, but I've got 2 of the 6s. The 6-figure income is not probably never gonna be there, but whatever. If you want to jump on the bus with me, then you're just gonna have to deal with the 2 6s, The wealth thing, it is what it is. I don't really give a shit. By the way, we got the Alex Gray Net of Being painting right here, which some of you are probably thinking, oh, this guy is he's talking to them demons, Well, look, what you see here, this net, this cloth, this is the world soul, okay? And it's underneath, that it is the fabric of reality. You guys just don't know it, right? It's behind it's behind this painting right over here. I mean, maybe I'll cut to it and show you it. Finding an intellectual community. Dude, I don't have an intellectual community. You live in a big city and you say you have a hard time finding well-read people. Me too. That's kind of... Honestly though, man, here's the deal. Well-read people that, some of them just suck to be around. Just gonna be completely honest with you. Like, some people, when you get around, at least in my experience, I think that this year, or last year, 2025, when I started the channel, has been the most I've been exposed to people that read, or like, intellectuals. And a lot of these people, man, not you watching and not you asking the question, but a lot of these people just rub me wrong. Like, I don't know if it's me or if it's them. Like, I read certain people's comments and everything seems like a weird intellectual dick measuring contest, I mean, it's just not cool. So I'm sure that you can find an intellectual community, but what you really want to look for is people that don't think that they're intellectuals or wouldn't like put themselves in that bracket, because those people are generally complete douchebags that you don't want to be around. So as to advice for finding cool people that read, you just got to bump into people, I think, man. I don't know if there's like, there's no, go to the, I don't really think that there's coffee shops like there used to be in the old days where you could, get a near college education from just talking to people at a coffee shop. That was a thing. I'll have to look up what that was, but there's something in my head that reminds me of that. As for finding those people, you're not going to find them on Reddit. You're not going to find them on whatever, Discord. You might, but as for people in real life, I think you just gotta bump into people. And if you can't find them, try to make them. Try, read enough interesting stuff and share your interests, and maybe you'll create that community yourself. I think that is the way to do it. Find cool people that you like being around, and then see if you can brainwash them into reading. That's what I would do. So, carpentry, being a carpenter, how to be successful as a carpenter. Look, it depends on your measure of success. If you want to be wealthy, like, to throw it back to the first question, you're in the wrong field. I mean, unless you are the owner of the company, and that takes all kinds of stuff that I can't give you advice on, just because I'm a worker. I'm not an owner of a construction business, but I would say try it out. For myself, I started when I was 18. I've been doing it for about 5 years. It's a lovely trade. I love my job. It sucks sometimes. There's always things that suck about it, but it's like, I find that I need it. When I have too much time not doing it, I'm always refreshed to get back to working with my hands. That's a big, there's a saying, he who works with his mind rests with his hands. Well, I work with my hands and don't really rest with my mind. I mean, I rest with my mind, but there's something to doing a job that requires your body. It's going to keep you in shape. It's going to keep you happy. There's the whole job is problem solving, firstly. And if you're an outside the box thinker, that's going to help you a lot. The thing that does this is the big piece of advice, because this is what I did and this is what I like, is working with a small crew. And my crew does it all. Framing to finish work to, we'll paint a house, we'll hang the sheetrock in a house, mud the walls with, joint compound. I did that. I redid my house, at least this living room. I have a lot more to do, but this whole living room used to have popcorn ceilings. I skim coated all of these walls over wallpaper, sealed it with oil-based primer, and floated everything. So it's given me a lot of skills to work with. just to have the power of knowledge and the ability to do a skilled task with your body, with your hands, is going to make you applicable anywhere. It's a trade that can be done anywhere. But I would say find a small crew that cares about you, and try to find a crew that's not filled with dipshits, because there's a ton of those. A ton of people that don't care, that just want to get in and out, make money, that's it, and are not conscious. So if you're in look for a local group of guys that has a small crew, 4 to 5 guys, and try to get in with them. And that's what I would say to do. Don't try to join some big group. You're probably not going to make a ton of money, but you're not going to hate your life. So that would be my advice with that. Being a polymath. Being a polymath is important to me because I don't have any other choice. I assume what you mean by a polymath is that I'm a construction worker that reads. That makes me a polymath. It honestly does. To the last person that asked me that, to the question prior, you're not going to find a whole lot of those. You're not going to find a whole lot of construction workers that read. And I bring my books to work, and because I have a 30-minute break, and I'll eat my food as fast as possible so I can read as much as possible during that break. And I've had HVAC guys come up to me and say, "Dude, you're a construction worker. Why are you doing this?" like I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to, as a manual laborer. I'm not allowed to read or engage in intellectual stuff. He was joking. It was funny, but this was never a priority. It was just an interest, and so it's not like I wanted to be a polymath. It's just that I was interested, and so this is what I like, honestly, is being a jack of all trades. I just see it as a shame for most people not being interested. That's a double-edged sword, because on one hand, like Kurt Cobain said, sometimes I wish I could be like you, easily amused. Some people are easily amused, which means that they're not bedeviled by the problems of overthinking. That's the whole retard maxing thing, is just not overthinking things and being sort of trapped in the prison cell that's your own mind sometimes. But I think that you can equally break through the prison of your mind by utilizing intellectual tools, not just trying to turn it off, which I don't think is what Elisha is advocating for, just not thinking, period. But anyways, yeah, I guess I would say I didn't choose anything. I was born, and this is what I am. I was born, and this is what I am. Okay. Yeah, I guess that answers that question. Why is it important to me? It's not important to me. It's just, this is just the road I'm on. Good question. Am I a Christian, atheist, follower of Stoicism / philosophy? Well, I'm certainly not an atheist. I would consider myself a Christian, but a very heterodox Christian. I would say I hate playing the labeling game, but I would say that I am a Christian Platonist. So that's, look, once you've dipped your toe into Platonism, it's hard to not see the world through that lens in some ways. Just ask Saint Augustine. I love Plato, and I love Jesus Christ. Those are the guys, for me. Stoicism is great. I love Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius is awesome. The Stoics got some crazy metaphysical structures behind what people normally read, which is, Marcus, typically. No shade thrown at Marcus, but those guys took some of the Platonic, groundworks and built their own little Stoic house over that. So I haven't dipped my toe into that as much as I probably should, but maybe I will one day. But here's the deal. I live in a very conservative thinking Christian environment, and there's a sort of expectation with people whenever you talk to them about what you're reading or philosophy or just books in general. People around here typically tend to assume that if you're reading something, then you're looking for something to convert to. I just want to say that. That's when it's not the case. There's such a thing, like, for instance, this book. Like, people around here would be horrified to know that I have this book, The Picatrix. It's a book on astral magic from the Renaissance. It's a medieval treatise on astral magic. Most people around here would probably think that I was literally demonic. Also for this. Okay. So this is what they would say. So you looking into that kind of esoteric occult stuff, aren't you? So you talk to Satan yet? How have your chats with Satan been going? I don't know why I'm talking about this, but look, I'm just interested. I'm very. Oh man, I'm just adding. I'm digging a bigger hole. I'm quite Faustian. All right. If there's something to know, I want to know about it. I'm Faustian, not in the way that I've made it. Okay, look, I've talked to the devil. No, I'm just kidding. What was even the original question? So, my opinions on H-Man. Can I even talk about H-Man on here? Look, there's quite a revival in the H-Man stuff lately, and the anti them that shall not be named anti opinion on Hitler. He was a hero. Now, what do I mean by hero? What I mean by hero is not hero in the moral exemplar hero that we're talking about. He was a hero and a savior, as Carl Jung said. He served to redeem the German people from the degraded state that they were in after World War I. And I think that, whoever writes history history is written by the victor. And I think that there's a lot of things that are not told to us about Hitler. That being said, I'm not on that neo-Nazi pack. Okay. Trying to be a little politically correct here. Yeah, Wotan. I'm not on that side of the esoteric mysticism path. I'm more on the Western esoteric precursor, like hermetic philosophy. That's kind of my area that I'm in. Hermetic literature and Carl Jung. Those are the big ones right now. and those actually merge. That's how you read that, by the way, for anybody wondering, that's how you read multiple books at once, as if they're talking about roughly similar topics. Because if they're totally different, I mean, you can do both either way, but it helps me to, if I'm building this mandala, right? It helps to get as many sides of that big picture, that big gestalt as possible. And so with the Jungian alchemy stuff, it goes hand in hand with Hermeticism. It also goes hand in hand with Neoplatonism. I mean, Jung talks in he invented his own language to talk about what Plato and the Neoplatonic people were talking about before. He's just sort of rejuvenating it in a lot of ways, if you ask me. He's like, if, kind of like if Plotinus just came back. Welcome back, Plotinus. In some ways. Okay, don't take me 100% on that. I'm just kind of joking around. But am I German? Yes. German. Schmidt. Last name, German, very German. I think there's a lot more. We've gotten through most of the questions at this point. There was one that was pretty long and might require a whole video to get through. So we're not going to do it here, but I think that this wraps up the Q&A, which I started like a month ago. So yeah. Hopefully this is an okay video. We will resume the normal scheduled videos that don't require any editing and no editing, so you guys can chill out a little bit on that. But there will be more edited content as well, just because I have a lot of fun making it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Happy New Year's, everybody. It's the year of the horse. So that means it's the year of horse and bulbous weight. All right, I just did Zurcher. I didn't horse as bulbous a weight as I probably could have, but hey, I'm tired. So, but this year, look, last year was the year of the snake or something like that. We've shed all the stuff that we needed to shed, hopefully, last year. So now it's the year to ride the horse off into the sunset and be horsing some bulbous weight. So that's it. Happy 2026, everybody.